am one-sided with black people.
Oh.
No black person should be saying, even if you feel like she should.
It's like the OJ trial. We don't care.
Right.
But we care.
But no, I'm saying even if you
what
don't feel like she should have got out.
Okay.
Don't say it. As a black person.
Don't say it.
Just shut up.
Yeah.
Especially on social media.
Yes.
Just be quiet.
I really want to hear what the other
y'all
people are
smile,
saying.
and I always bring this up. Cookouts.
Okay.
Y'all do fake smiles and hugs at cookouts.
Yo, you invite you to the cookout.
You can do it on social
talk
media.
About them behind
so even though in your mind you thinking, why did they let
the cookout?
Why they let her out and didn't let this man out that's the merchant of death and all this stuff. But in what you say out loud is, hey girl, what's up? Where you been?
And then you talk about her when she walks.
So I'm pulling some
or
black
people mad
cards.
about the Marine guy still there, Paul.
Well, that is wrong too.
You know, but think about it. He's a military guy.
Yeah,
you know they're gonna see him a little different than a
basketball player.
Come on.
And he also Putin fell down the stairs and pooped his pants. It's a lot of stuff going on here that y'all don't know behind the scenes. Okay. But go ahead. What's this?
Okay. This is Biden announcing.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
How long we got to listen to this?
Well,
all right.
Let's see what he said.
So I spoke with Brittney Griner. She's safe. She's on a plane. She's on her way home. After months of being unjustly detained in Russia, we never forgot about Brittney. We've not forgotten about Paul Whelan, who's been unjustly detained in Russia for years. This was not a choice of which American to bring home. For totally illegitimate reasons, Russia is treating Paul's case differently than Brittney's. And while we have not yet succeeded in securing Paul's release, we are not giving up.
All right.
And then, of course, her
and
partner.
She mentioned Paul, which was good, because she could have just been like, well, I don't care about Paul.
I'm happy for my family.
And she also said, Brittney and I will continue to fight for him and other
Sarah
Americans
made a good point. She said,
it's not like they're going to forget about him.
She said, I didn't know Paul. And Brittney's situation shed light on Paul.
Exactly.
So people are like, Paul's there too?
Exactly.
Who's Paul?
Nobody even knew who the hell Paul was.
Let's root for Paul.
Thank you. Now, hold on. That's why I'm getting ready to talk about this on both sides.
Go ahead.
Half you people that are out there talking about Paul, you didn't even know who Paul was. Until Brittney got, and they gonna talk about, they gonna trade her a basketball player, and he's a Marine. Where were you at before Brittney got caught? Paul been there for 4 years.
Yes.
Where's all this hype at?
4 years.
I didn't hear y'all when Paul was first captured 4 years ago.
Longer. You didn't even
know about Paul until Brittney was caught.
Sonny brought up that there was another.
Why y'all some haters?
There was another young lady found way before Brittney that had a lot more contraception.
Y'all some haters.
A lot more drugs on her. She was only detained for 2 months.
Yeah, thank you.
But they decided to keep Brittney because we all know why.
And then it's like, just think about it. Again,
okay.
This is only to black people.
Okay.
white people, y'all
You gotta tell me what's going on.
Hold on.
Okay.
This is only the black people.
Okay.
White people, if they upset about it, I don't care.
Okay.
I understand.
Okay, what's
But black people, again, quit putting your stupid voices on social media and being upset and making comments that, they just gonna trade a basketball player and leave him. You don't care nothing about no dang on Paul. So quit it.
Right.
And another thing too, just take this if it's here and your cousin Pookie in prison, and all of a sudden Lil Wayne goes to that prison. All of a sudden, the eyeballs are on that prison.
Thank you.
So your cousin
Lil Wayne famous,
your cousin Pookie is going to benefit, because Lil Wayne came to his prison.
Right.
It doesn't matter that your cousin Pookie is innocent and they let Lil Wayne out. It doesn't matter. Now the attention is on the prison. Now you know Paul's name. None of y'all who are talking had anything to say about Paul
4 years
before Brittney got there.
That man's been there 4 years.
So now you can talk about Paul. So now the eyes are on the prison.
What are the pros and cons?
Okay. First of all, I said that Putin fell down the stairs and pooped his pants.
Okay.
That's embarrassing.
Okay.
That's embarrassing. You're in the middle of a war.
A grown man.
And how did you fall down the stairs? Are you old, perhaps? You don't want to give any chink in your armor.
Okay.
You don't want anybody to think you're weak when you are that type of
down the stairs. That's not good.
And pooping your pants.
I don't remember Hitler doing that.
Well, we don't know. Ask Kanye.
He's crazy.
He studies Hitler. Okay. We could ask Kanye. Did Hitler ever fall down the stairs and poop his pants?
Okay, go ahead.
But anyway, that's one.
Uh-huh.
Number two, did you read Russia's running out of ammunition? Okay. Russia's running out of ammunition. Do you think
that's one of the reasons why people are upset because we're letting that criminal man go?
Exactly.
Who's good with
weapons. So of course he's gonna be like, give me the drug dealer. I mean the drug dealer, the guns dealer.
Yeah, the man. Because we need some more guns right now. And that's probably what made him go on and take her.
Number three, Horsehead. What's his name? Buckethead lost.
Okay.
Herschel Walker.
Okay.
That was the last of the frontier. That was the last of the frontier for Trump.
Okay.
Another Trumpster who Trump backed lost.
Okay.
You don't look as good in Putin's eyes anymore.
Yeah, there's no hope for you now.
Before, if I believe if Herschel would have won and a lot of those Republicans who Trump pushed won, she wouldn't be home. Because Putin would have said, we're going to use this as leverage for him to win. We want him to win. We want him in office.
Okay.
So that's my friend.
Okay.
So I want him, and we go horseback riding, wear shirts off together. We want him in office.
Both of y'all fought him.
But because he's not, and then you got this whole thing with his organization and the taxes. His own daughter is not even with them.
I know. She didn't step aside.
It's too much.
Yeah.
So Putin is like, I can't do this anymore. Get that girl out of here.
That private conversation we had.
There's no reason for her to be here.
Step back.
It's nothing strong enough to hold her.
No, there's no reason for her to be here. So I'm going to the tactic of give me one of my prisoners.
Exactly. Then you got Biden, old man, sleepy Biden, he has appointed a lot of black women as judicial judges. No one cares about that.
Okay.
It's not sexy enough for everybody. People need headlines.
Okay.
They don't care that you put. They don't care.
Dirt, whatever.
Yeah, they need you to do something that's like big and on the news.
Okay.
No one cares that you put that you've appointed black women as judges all across this country.
I don't know why.
No, because we don't care about stuff like that.
It's just unfortunate.
We have two second attention
Isn't that
spans.
sad? Because there's some other ethnicities care more about our race succeeding than we do sometimes.
Thank you. All we care about, you watched Good Times. If you can do mama jokes, that's it.
When he was running for alderman, he couldn't do your mama joke.
But Alderman Davis could on the Good Times.
And that's what made him win.
See? Because you have a sporty suit, you can talk good, you can do all this, you can jab and jib and jab, all of that. That's why they like Trump. That's why they like Trump.
Yes.
Who cares? He's nothing for them.
Smart with the tongue. Right. Tell you off.
But anyway.
Go ahead.
Because Biden is old man Biden and nobody cares about the black women judges or anything else that he's done. They concentrate on something big you've done. So there are a lot of black people, maybe not the younger ones, but the older ones like our mom, who see this as huge. Him getting Brittney home.
Right.
My mom sees Joe Biden like, oh my goodness, look what he did.
He helped bring her home. He really didn't do anything.
Well, those are the voters.
Okay.
These older people vote.
Because people are concerned that, when you do a prisoner swapping, it's not always good.
Exactly.
And I think Alyssa brought up that Bush was never one to do that.
Right.
And you do get a little nervous because I swapped my prisoner for yours.
Yes. Oh. What they should have done, if they have not done it already, I told y'all last time when they was talking about this, they should have tagged him. Some kind of way. This dude,
while he's asleep or something,
the merchant
or put him out and put something under his chin.
The one that's there letting go, he needs to have some kind of either mental tag in him, that we've done something psychological to him, or physically. What I think is going to happen is they're going to kill him.
Ooh. Who is they?
Putin.
Why?
Because he got a tag on him. That's what I would think. If I was Putin,
him,
I don't think he needs
him. But they
him.
said they talked about it on The View in their opinion. They said this man's been in. He's been in jail for 10 years. He didn't talk. He's not a snitch.
It don't matter.
So he's loyal.
If I was
I don't know, Kim.
If I was Putin,
why all of a sudden Putin wants to do the exchange?
If I was Putin, I would think they put something in him.
But why would you want to do the exchange? You could have done that and thought that
because I want to abstract what I can from him before we get rid of him.
I just think that he's gonna be used.
All right, y'all just think.
Okay, I see.
You heard it here first.
I see what you're saying.
Some mysterious death.
They may use him first and then get rid of him.
I just feel like
because they got to see where he's coming from. He never talked while he was in prison. They want to see, okay, you're home. Oh, welcome home, buddy. And then, okay, we need you to help us get some more weapons.
And
to
then
help
on
fight
the
Ukraine.
same token, I got a side eye on Brittney because they could have tagged her.
Why would they do that?
She coming back to America. I don't trust nobody nothing. She's coming back to America, and this dude is going to Russia.
She know that how can they tag her?
I don't know.
That's a surgical thing they would have to do. Put her to sleep.
I don't know.
Get up under her skin.
I don't know. I don't care
because she walk away with nothing on her. You think they threatened her?
If they don't have a file on her in America at the FBI or CIA, then they're fools.
Because there's no reason to tag her. She's around athletes. She's at her home.
I don't care. I'm tagging her. I want to see what she does. I want to see who she talks to. I want to see where she goes. Everything. Anything that's on her head, I want to see it. If I'm in this government. Okay. That's my personal opinion. Now, whether they do it or not, we do a lot of stuff that people don't realize we do behind the scenes. Okay. She's tagged, I believe.
I don't know how.
Because she was in a Russian prison. It don't matter how long she was there.
See, now you got everybody worried.
Well, they should be. So that's why I told you I see both sides to this. But if it was your cousin Pookie, like I said, you would be happy that he's coming home. So everybody just need to stop and relax.
Let's wait it out because I really think Putin's going to use them.
Also, I do think that Paul, they're
still got some plans on. That's why we got to be careful with social media pushing the government to give us an update, blah, blah, blah. Well, you can't tell your secrets. We don't know what's going on with Paul.
We didn't know this was getting ready to happen.
I know.
It shocked all
We don't know what discussions have been made, what communication has gone forth, that Paul may be on his way as well.
Don't know. And you don't know because, like I said, Russia's running out of ammunition. Yeah. How do you know that Paul is a bigger swipe? Okay. You know what I'm saying? Whereas America has something bigger that Russia needs that they willing to give Russia that they won't tell us about. It's something. It's something behind the scenes that we are not privy to.
And I'm fine with that.
And we're not going to know.
I know we can't always trust our government, and we want to trust our government, but the people of faith, we have no choice. Exactly. That's why you have to pray over those that are in leadership. But I don't want them telling everything.
And you got to understand too, it's military. Paul is an ex-Marine. So now you got the United States military involved. If you don't think the United States military is not involved, they are.
Right. I believe
he's an ex-Marine.
Well, that's what Sonny had to admit on the show today. Her and Whoopi. She said, I got a little nervous because you would want to always know the status and check the status on where the government is at with getting her home. And they knew that they were on top of it because she and Whoopi would be communicating to them and get updates. Yes. So you never always hear the news in front of you, but behind the scenes, they're still doing their job.
And if you want to be a person that's kind of, I don't know, go something as far as it being like from our government standpoint, think about it. We're not at the election time now.
Right. We have 2 years, don't we?
He's a bigger fish. Imagine him coming home right before the election. Imagine that.
So the timing could be, hold on.
I got a bigger card, old man Joe. That's how he's going to be like, you're calling me old man Joe. I got a bigger card to pull out. And I'm not putting my best hand on the table yet. We just got here. Poker has started, and we got a full night to go, buddy.
Okay.
I pull that card out when I need it. And I don't need that card until I find out what's going on in the election, who's running, what's my numbers look like. And if I need to pull that big giant card out,
we'll see.
That card is coming out right before you vote.
You never know. You can't always put a timing on that.
Can you imagine Fox News? That card pulls out.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. President Joe Biden just negotiated Paul released. Former Marine.
Yes. Released on
just so happens
watch.
A few months before November 2024.
Well, one of the things though that I wanted to say before we move on to the
y'all.
next story, they were on this story. I don't know how we got on that story when Whoopi made her comment.
Mm-hmm.
There was a book. They must have been talking about world leaders and cruel ones and stuff, and being prejudiced and having problems with other people. Other races and other ethnicities.
Yeah.
This actual comment in the book that Whoopi was suggested to read, this is something that, well, I don't know if Kanye reads books.
He said
that he needs to read this book, or somebody needs to read it to him. But the name of the book is Destined to Witness, Growing Up Black in Nazi Germany. And it was a man's, in the man's eyes, wrote this story.
Thank you.
Growing Up Black in Nazi Germany. He didn't, as a kid, realize how they were treated as blacks until the Olympics were Jesse Owens.
Oh yeah.
When they would talk about American blacks, calling them apes and monkeys.
Yeah.
When he saw that Olympian team get off the plane, he was like, "They don't look like monkeys."
Thank you.
They look. Ooh,
he was excited.
Yes,
and that's why when he keeps saying, that's not just Kanye, but anybody. Why is it that every time somebody talks about Hitler, it's always they talk about him and the Holocaust and the Jews?
It was more than that.
He killed 11 million people. 6 million were Jews.
Yes.
What happened to the other 5?
That's a good book to read.
That's people who were not Jewish that were all these other categories that we talk about. But nobody ever talks about that.
Destined to Witness, Growing Up Black in Nazi Germany.
Thank you.
That's a book that everybody needs to get a hold of and read,
including
Kanye.
And when they keep saying he needs to go to the Jewish Holocaust, no, he doesn't. They keep saying he needs to go to the Jewish Holocaust Museum. No, he doesn't. Yeah. We're all taught the Jewish Holocaust in school. We taught it over and over and over again. We taught slavery over and over and over again. Start talking about the stuff people don't talk about, which is all the other groups that Hitler murdered.
Yes, and heard and talked.
And I know y'all gonna hate this, black people who own slaves.
Yeah.
They don't teach that in school.
No, they don't.
Black people own slaves.
An old episode again of Whitley on Different Worlds.
Thank you.
And
they talked about
Jada Pinkett's character came and schooled her on, hey, I found out that your family owned slaves
and
too.
Whitney was like, what?
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
She was hurt.
And she went to an HBCU school and had to learn that. So that should be taught in school too. If you're going to teach history, teach all of it. That's all I'm saying.
Just teach it all. Don't get rid of it.
Exactly.
Like DeSantis wants to do.
Just teach all of it.
Teach it and learn and grow from it.
Yes.
But that was a book I felt needed to be spoken about because it will help. Hopefully, people that think the way Kanye does as far as the Hitler thing.
Like him.
Come on.
What black person
Hitler didn't like black folks either.
He's Clayton. Nobody thinks like that.
Yes.
He's Dave Chappelle character.
Okay.
Emerald says, hi, ladies. Hey, Emerald.
Hey, Emerald.
Wendy says, hello, beautiful stars.
Miss Wendy.
Hey, y'all. What's going on? We went on my little rant about the Brittney.
We're talking about, of course.
But all I'm saying is, the bottom line is.
But did you go through the pros and cons?
I did.
Okay.
I'm happy that she is. I'm just breaking it down.
No. Did you go through? I need to hear more why blacks are mad.
Because they keep saying that we shouldn't have traded again. Stupid.
Okay.
We shouldn't have traded Merchant of Death,
a Marine
for a ball. No, we shouldn't have traded a Merchant of Death.
Okay.
For just a basketball player. They should have brought Paul home too at least. It's a bad trade.
They saying
that's
2
for
for
them.
1.
They saying it was a bad trade.
He should have said the 2 of them for that criminal man.
Yes, even though Russia was saying no, they were saying that America should have negotiated better. And even though, again, talking stuff over their heads.
Okay.
If it was their cousin Pookie, it'd be a whole nother conversation.
But then you brought up a good point.
But then the other part
they can use that for later leverage.
Right. And then the other part was they felt like
they had to let her go because they said either one or none.
Yeah, that's what we said, Ma.
She couldn't go either.
They didn't have no other option.
80-year-old. That's an 80-year-old. Joe Biden is a saint. So leave it alone. They're the ones that vote.
Yeah.
Y'all young people, the ones that's making all the comments and talking, Half of y'all don't even
But
vote.
you think Brittney's partner gonna care about what y'all say?
Nobody cares about what anybody says.
And Brittney coming home on the plane?
And then that's the only con, Lenore. They don't have any other cons.
It's weak.
It's a weak con.
It's weak, but then you got Republicans and other people.
For a black person, it's weak.
It's weak.
For a white person, I understand.
You understand.
I understand.
Yeah.
But for a black person, that's a weak. You didn't even know who Paul was. You don't give a damn about Paul.
I know. 4 years.
You didn't care who Paul was
before
Brittney got there.
And like I said,
and you don't even care about most of these Marines that's here. If you cared about the Marines, y'all would be more patriotic.
Thank you.
You would be supporting more money going towards military.
Thank you.
You wouldn't want our military practicing and driving in cars that can't even withstand a bomb. So half of the arguments that y'all making, you don't make it all the way across. Now, if you're a Republican and you black, maybe I'll listen to you because maybe you do understand patriotism and money going to the military and military being first. I'm talking to all these woke Negroes who care nothing about military and money going to military, but all of a sudden you care about arms dealers and Paul.
Yes, and Paul.
When your country is an arms dealer.
Don't forget Paul.
Your country is an arms dealer. Did you know that? Woke Negroes? Are you going to move to some other place? Canada, perhaps?
It was
Jamaica, somewhere else?
It was the Brittney story that brought light to Paul. So, okay, we'll move with that.
All of a sudden, they care about guns dealers.
I know.
But they don't care about guns being dropped off in the urban neighborhoods and black kids being murdered every week.
Yes.
But all of a sudden, you care about guns.
We're concerned.
They traded that merchant of death for a black basketball player. Merchant of death. When you got merchants of death marching in the urban communities every single day. And y'all don't say nothing about it. And so shut up.
And one of the things too that Sonny wanted to keep, and I didn't know if Sonny was on the board with the WNBA and stuff. Was in connection with that. One of the things too that this story bringing Brittney home, the purpose of why Brittney went there, they need to relook at the contracts that these female athletes are signing, and they're not making much money.
Exactly.
I don't think Brittney or anybody else going to go to Russia, but why did she go to Russia?
Exactly.
Why do a lot of them go to these other countries to play?
They have
to make the ends meet with the monies that they don't receive as a WNBA player. But the men, millions. And
if it was The Rock over there, they had chiseled a country down to get him back.
Gosh.
If Steph Curry was over there,
actors like Idris.
If Steph Curry was over there,
and LeBron James.
If Idris Elba, every woman would be flying to Russia.
Are you kidding me?
Get him. But because it's a black gay woman, they care that a merchant of death, an arms dealer. So that's what I said. Again, if it's white people, I understand. Whatever, I get it.
Little complaints.
I get it. But black people,
why
don't tell me about merchants of death and gun sold and all this other stuff, and you don't blow up
unless they're military.
Well, unless you're military. I said military Republican.
Republicans, okay.
Don't tell me all of that stuff, and you don't have that same energy with kids being gunned down in black neighborhoods. So shut up.
The gun violence that's been free in our.
But all of a sudden, you care about the merchant of death. And when you have merchants of death who march through your streets every day. But you don't care about them walking free.
We'll see where this goes, because we got an eye on the gentleman that was let go.
So pretend like and if you are mad, keep it to yourself, like old people say. Keep it to yourself.
Nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all.
If your cousin Pookie come home from prison and he's at the cookout, we don't want to hear what you think about Pookie. Go get you some ribs and shut up.
Right. Sit somewhere and sit down.
Everybody see the side eye. We all know how we feel about Pookie.
That's right.
But you don't need to say nothing. So get off of social media. Quit wrapping your mouths, even if you're not happy about it.
Did they talk about
we don't want to hear it.
Breakfast Club?
Oh, I don't. Yeah, of course.
Was there some negatives on that? Is that how
not from Charlamagne and them? Okay. No, you know Charlamagne gonna be like pro-black.
I know. Okay.
So I don't want to hear it.
Go ahead.
All right. I just don't want to hear it because they don't have that same energy with merchants of death who walk through the community every day. They don't have that same energy with them having guns and moving guns and product through the neighborhood.
Thank you.
But you got some kind of
innocent
issue.
People being gunned down.
with a country letting him go back to Russia. Why do you care?
I know. And it's Russia. And
it's Russia.
Like they're really so into our enemies and what they're
At least if she was held in Africa, I can understand.
Oh, well.
Because y'all will be like, you're just sending back a criminal to Africa and making it worse for the Africans. What do you care? He's a criminal going back to Russia.
I really think Putin will probably be using this man because this man's been faithful.
And Paul will be released.
He has not been a snitch.